Do you live here?
As of 2 hours ago, yes.
Oh. Where did you come from?
I slept in a place called Skull Hollow last night. True story.
Is that like a themed hotel or something?
Campground.
Sounds real safe.
Very inviting name. I drove from Los Angeles.
You moved from Los Angeles?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you do in Los Angeles?
Well, I actually just got my car there because I was previously in Denver.
Where are you from? You picked up your car in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Why was it there?
Because I did live there.
Do you know where you
I don't even know where I am. True story. Literally, she just got here 2 hours ago. She has no idea where she is.
You weren't most recently living in Los Angeles, or were you?
Richie, what don't you understand? She literally just woke up in a fisherman's wharf.
Where was the last place you lived?
Delaware.
Delaware.
Whereabouts in Delaware?
Wilmington,
I've
Delaware.
heard of it.
Okay, Wilmington, Delaware.
That's probably not
Wilmington,
anything.
Delaware.
I think I'm going to be abundantly clear with this question. What lived in Wilmington, Delaware?
Yes.
What did you do for money?
I worked for the Department of Education.
There you go. Okay, and what did you do? Oh, fuck is woo anything? What did you do at the Department of Education specifically?
I tried to empower teachers.
Like, what was your job title?
Consultant.
Consultant.
I'll make it simpler.
Okay. And in what way were you trying to empower teachers?
By focusing on their growth and development.
Like physically?
Yeah.
6'2" now.
I think I understand. You would actually pick teachers
It's a
that...
personal trainer.
Yeah, you would pick teachers that you think need like some help and encouragement to get better, that have promise, and then you would facilitate their growth.
Statewide, working on the advancement of educator compensation and careers.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's actually something. So when you got your car in LA and you moved here,
Yeah,
why did you move here?
I'll be working at the Gates Foundation.
It sounds like no one in this room knows what that is.
What is the Gates Foundation that people don't know?
It's a foundation with lots of gates. They have
I told you not to be hilarious. With Billy Gates, right?
Billy, yeah,
What are you doing for old Billy?
Is he
consultant.
here, by the way?
I'm here.
Consulting?
So serious.
Are you trying to grow Bill Gates?
Yes. And Melinda, yeah, trying to do that.
What type of consulting are you doing for the Gates Foundation?
I'll be.
How'd you get the job if you can't explain? Hey, come on, it's a good question.
Whoa!
It's very complex. I'll be working on their Open Education Resource Challenge.
Okay. For
Yeah.
kids, right?
No, for teachers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just because it has the word recess in it doesn't mean it's for kids.
Resource.
And I didn't listen.
So this challenge sounds like it's between teachers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and how do they challenge each other?
Well,
This is like the hardest question.
You're all going to be
Everyone's
tested on
waiting
this
to
after
laugh.
this interview.
there's a market gap, and we need to make sure that since we're kind of like abandoning textbooks, that we're sourcing curriculum from people that are developing it, ideally teachers, ideally leaders in schools, and the Gates Foundation having the funds and the convening power, they can incentivize and draw out that those pockets of
Did you
talent.
guys
that-
like those details? Or we just so specific. Okay, let's leave all that. Let's leave your occupational life behind.
Yeah.
You can breathe.
Let's move on to how your family life or your friends. Who did you come with tonight?
My two best friends, Tino and Emily, they're married and adorable.
Tino and Emily. They're very adorable.
And who did you know better? Who married who? Your friend is who originally?
Well, I first knew Tino, and then I met his now wife, and she's way better.
Whoa. Whoa.
They're the best.
And how long have you known Tino?
Yeah. 7 years this fall, we just counted.
Cool. Just counted.
Yeah.
Counted today. And how would you describe Tino and Emily?
They're adorable, they're happier than ever, they're so in love, they've gotten more in love.
Alright, let's just specifically give me a couple words to describe Tino.
Funny, turd, smart.
Perfect. And a few words to describe Emily. They can be nouns, apparently.
It goes either way. Passionate, beautiful,
Turd.
inspiring turd.
Okay, great. And on this marriage talk, do you have like a significant other in your life? Several significant others.
Lots of, yeah, area codes.
You're doing a lot of consulting. Alright, so you like to crush a lot, it sounds like. You don't have like one. Okay, I didn't mean to I'm not trying to make this about sex, but it's obviously going there. Do you have like a significant other of this multitude of them that sticks out?
No.
No. So you're kind of maybe looking for love in this new town you just moved into, perhaps.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
We're just playing the field, man.
Or she's just playing.
Having
She's
fun.
about
To work for Bill Gates, she needs to have some fun on the outside.
on the outside.
Forget me.
Okay, and just I want to ask real quick too about like your family. Do you have brothers or sisters?
Mhm.
What are those?
One of each, both younger, sister than brother.
What are their names?
Jenny and Danny.
Jenny and Danny.
Yeah.
Tell us about Jenny real quick.
Jenny's squatting in my apartment in LA. And she's the best.
Okay. Best squatter out there.
Best squatter out there. She's really enjoying herself, just
Not paying rent.
not paying rent. And Danny is still living at home and adorable and hilarious and works at a mall. You could probably work that in like
Which we could probably work at.
Just giving you
and
material.
Do you know where? Like, what store at the mall does he work at?
he like does like the HVAC. He's like an operational engineer.
Oh, in my brain he was like at PacSun selling.
That too. Yeah.
Hot topic, you know.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay, cool. The last thing that I want to ask you is there something in your life, you know, you just started this really big chapter moving here.
Yeah.
Is there something like besides your job and moving here that you're like looking forward to that's in the near future, or maybe something that you're dreading that's coming up as well?
Lots of hikes and ways to take advantage of, the Pacific Northwest.
And the male population?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, do you guys have any other questions?
I have one question.
Yes, Kim.
If you can explain, this death skull camp in 3 words, how would you?
Hollow skull?
Skull Hollow.
Skull
Yeah.
Skull
Hollow. Skull Hollow. Anyone?
Anyone
No
skull
moves for
hollow?
that. For skull hollow.
Any buccaneers in the country?
Windy, far, and
Scary.
and apparently if you say this guy's name, Elliot Utter, like 3 times, like he comes out. It's like some legend.
So scary.
It's just Elliot Gould.
Elliot Utter?
Utter.
Elliot Utter.
You utter his name.
Yes.
You said it twice.
And do you know anything about what this guy's like, Elliot Utter? Do you know anything?
You said it 3 times.
He's no Beetlejuice, man.
Wow.
Did he tell you anything about Utter? Was he like an old Civil War man?
He was killed with his wife and 10 kids by a bunch of Americans coming over in the 1890s.
Great. This is going to be real politically correct. That's about that. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, Jackie.
Okay, it was Sigmund Freud that once said it's the mundane details of your everyday life that make for the most interesting dreams. So right now we're going to see some of Jackie's dreams. Yes. D-O